Hi, we're here to unveil our latest release, MXAM 11.1. And like software releases, also modeling guidelines are in continuous change, which means that sometimes modeling guidelines can be outdated. And now with our improved guideline document with it, you can streamline every step to keep track with these changes to ensure your documents are consistent and align with the latest standards at ease. So with these improvements, you will be able to migrate your guidelines and guideline documents easy and in an efficient way. So one example of these continuous change is that for the guidelines from the MathWorks Advisory Board, in short MAP, has released a 6.0, which is also now fully in the latest release of MXAM. And so in order to keep track with these latest version, we have also now updated the guideline document with it. So as you see already here on the validation tab, we see some MAP guidelines where it states, okay, so there's a new version available. So let's head over to our project guidelines, and with a simple right click, we see update document. And let's see the low hanging fruits here. So we see with these and these two guidelines, with the we can replace them by the newest version, so versions 3 or 2 respectively. We see here the obsolete guidelines and the respective replacement guidelines. And we also as well see here the rationale. So one reason, as I state, so we have now MAP 6.0 and the version of 3.0 is now deprecated. So we can easily replace them by their latest version. So one other case would be if we, if there's no version or no new version of the guideline, where we see here the v.11.1, which is about using transition actions. And let's see here, one rationale is that transition actions should generally not be used. So because there's a newer MAP guideline, the JC0753, which prohibits the usage of them. So it's clearly that this guideline is obsolete and then can be automatically removed from this document. Then we see 2 with a marker here, as it states here in the legend of the wizard that it indicates parameter configuration in replacement guidelines should be customized to cover the obsolete guidelines. So this is a marker that one should review the parameters of the check after replacing the guidelines here. So because here's one, the JM001 is about prohibited blocks. So typically customizable check. So then you should review the list of prohibited checks after replacing this guideline. And as well, the NA00026 is about your tool environment, and there in the new or replacement guideline from MES here, MES SLSF 9006. So you are able to parameterize your environment. And now the second click would just be to say, okay, I want to overwrite my current document or create a new document version. Let's do this. And then we can simply update it and have now a new version of this guideline document now with the replaced guidelines and no more obsolete and old guidelines. But as well, we added as well, new checks for guideline. One is for the MAP guideline JC0653, which is about the transparent usage of delay blocks in feedback loops. And let's see one concrete example here where I created a report where we have a finding where it finds subsystem is located inside feedback part of loop with the following blocks. And now with the highlighting, we can directly go to the model, and it's clearly as we have in the guideline, so that we should place the delay block really on the level of the feedback loop. So meaning we have here the delay block. Let's see, we see here's the loop. So let's just put the delay block outside, one level above. And place it here, and then we want to check and see that we are now compliant to this guideline to have every delay block in a loop on the level where the loop is located. Yeah, new to MXAM 11.1 are also MES functional safety guidelines. And one of those guidelines is about to avoid operations with neutral elements. So because of cost that should be avoided, but may happen in large models, and to avoid these unnecessary computation and thereby increase the efficiency, we can check the guideline MES SLSF 15.01. As we see here, one finding where we see that a neutral operand is at the source, where we can again directly go to the model. So we see here's one product block, and let's head directly to the source where we see a really not compliant constant block, so not readable. But when we go inside, we see there's a parameter conf rate, and we see the step is 1. So a neutral element here, here a little bit hidden, but now can be discovered by this check. And one other functional safety guideline now added to the release is the MES SLSF 2205, which is about limiting the size of vectors to avoid large memory consumption, and maybe also decreasing the execution efficiency. So we have here a large vector finding. And we see a vector length of 110. So, which is larger than the allowed maximum. So this is again also the check that that can be, parameterized. And let's have a look. So again, we can directly jump to the vector itself here. So, way too big than the configured parameter. And so we can, one can think about to refine these signals into smaller ones, which then also contributes to the maintainability of this interface. So you can discover more in the release notes, and goodbye and enjoy MXAM 11.1.